So let's review. In the previous daf, we learned the first suggestion for the source that when the Torah says that chametz must be destroyed by Yom HaRishon, it means to destroy it on Erev Pesach. In this daf, the Gemara continues with an additional 5 suggestions. Divrei Rabbi Shmuel Tana, Metzinu Yudal Shenikar Rishon. The Torah explicitly refers to Erev Pesach as Rishon in the following pasuk: B'Rishon Barba Asal HaChodesh. Rav Nachman Yitzchak Amar, Rishon D'Me'ikar Mashma. Rishon often means the day before, as we find in the pasuk, HaRishon Adam Tivalid. Were you born before Adam? The Gemara asks, we have 3 specific examples where the term Rishon is used in a way that clearly means the first day and not the day before. Ulekachtem lechem b'yom harishon, the mitzvah to take Daled Minim on the first day of Sukkot. B'yom harishon Shabbosin, the b'yom hashmini Shabbosin, the obligation to make a Yom Tov on the first day of Sukkot, and b'yom harishon mikra kodesh yilachem, to make a Yom Tov on the first day of Pesach. The Gemara answers, even though Rishon usually means the day before, these 3 Rishons teach B'schar shleisha Rishon, zachul l'shleisha Rishon. By observing these 3 mitzvahs of Rishon, we merit 3 brachas that are also referred to as Rishon. To destroy Esav's descendants, v'yetza harishon admayni kulei kader seir, refers to Esav. To build the Beis HaMikdash, kisei kavod meroim Rishon, Beis Mikdashenu, refers to the Beis HaMikdash. And to the name of Mashiach, Rishon l'tzion hina henam, refers to Mashiach. Rava says, supported by Rabbi Shmuel in the Braisa, chametz is asar on Erev Pesach from the pasuk leisishchet al chametz dam zivchi, which means leisishchet ha-pesach v'adayin chametz kayim. Do not shech the carbon Pesach while you still have chametz. In other words, by the time we shech the carbon Pesach, all chametz must be destroyed. Since the zman shchita of the carbon Pesach begins Erev Pesach after chatzos, the Isra of chametz also begins Erev Pesach after chatzos. Rabbi Yossi says, the pasuk says, Ach b'yom harishon tashbisu sa'or mibatechem, and we darshan the word ach as ach chalik, to split the day in half. Chametz is mutter the first half of the day, and only asur the second half of the day. This can only be referring to Erev Pesach, because on the first day of Pesach, chametz is certainly asur all day. Rabbi Kiva says, the chametz must be destroyed on Erev Pesach because there is an issur to do malacha on Yom Tov, which would clearly exclude burning chametz on the first day of Pesach. Rava points out, Shema min Rabbi Kiva tlas. We can learn 3 halachas from Rabbi Kiva's statement. Shema mina ein bir chametz el esreifa. From the fact that Rabbi Kiva says, chametz cannot be destroyed on Pesach because we may not light a fire, we see that Rabbi Kiva holds that the only proper way to destroy chametz is through burning it. Shema mina havar l'chalak yatzasa. From the fact that Rabbi Kiva refers to lighting a fire as an av malacha, we see that Rabbi Kiva holds havar is singled out in the Torah to teach that just like one is chayav for havar independent of other malachas, he is also chayav for each malacha independently. He disagrees with the opinion of havar l'lav yatzasa, that it is singled out to distinguish it from other malachas by downgrading it to a regular loisase. Third, shema mina lo yamrinan hoya l'hutra havar l'tzayach hutra namish lo l'tzayach. Since Rabbi Kiva would not allow lighting a fire on Pesach in order to burn chametz, he obviously does not agree with the reasoning that since we are allowed to light a fire in Yom Tov for food purposes, we are also allowed to light a fire for non-food purposes. On the top of Amud Beis, the Gemara elaborates on the lavin of Bal Yirah u Bal Yamatzeh. One may not have chametz in his possession, and cites 2 psukim. The first pasuk is V'lo yirah l'cha sa'ir b'chol gevelecha. From the word l'cha we learn shalcha iyataraya, aval ataraya shel acher mishal gevaya. You may not possess your own chametz, that which you own, but you may have the chametz of a Gentile or that which belongs to Hekdesh, the temple treasury. The second pasuk is Shivas yom sa'ir le'yimatzeh b'vetechem. From the mission of the word l'cha, we learn that one may not be mekabel pigdoinos ben hanachri. One may not keep for safekeeping the chametz of a non-Jew. The Gemara resolves the apparent contradiction as follows: Ha the kabel le'achrayis. Ha the loy kabel le'achrayis. The Jew may not keep the chametz of the nachri if he is responsible to replace it if it gets stolen or lost, because it is considered like his own. However, the Jew may keep the chametz of the nachri if he is not responsible to replace it, because it is not considered like his own. This heter applies not only to a nachri shlikivashtei, a non-Jew not dominated by the Jew, whose money is certainly not yours, but even to a nachri shlikivashtei, a non-Jew dominated by the Jew, because the money is still not yours. We derive this from the fact that the pasuk V'lo yirah l'cha sa'ir b'chol gevelecha is repeated in Parashas Re'eh. The Gemara relates that Rava would instruct the people of Mechaiza to get rid of the chametz that they kept for the king's troops. Kiven de ilu migna ve'ilu misvid b'shaseicha kayu ve'isa l'shlumei. Since if it were stolen or lost, you would be responsible to pay for it. It is like yours and prohibited. Additionally, these two psukim each teach a halacha we would not know from the other. From the choice of word, lo yirah, it shall not be seen, yochel yatmin, we might think that one may hide the chametz so that it is not seen. Therefore, the other pasuk uses the word lo yimatze, it shall not be found at all, even if it's not seen. From the word bevatechem, we might think that one indeed may not have chametz in his house, but he may have chametz bebayres shichin ma'aris, in holes in the ground of his property. Therefore, the other pasuk says b'chol gvulacha, in all your borders.